So I just wanted to show you guys how the wheels look installed. This is the front. These are going to be installed. I changed all the brakes and everything already, so that's done. Checked all the brake lines, make sure they're good since they haven't been used for like a decade or more. Now, I got to go ahead and put this on. And I went ahead and cleaned the mating surface of where the bolts go so I can put the silicone on there. And I also did the same thing with the differential, not that one, this one over here. And I just used one of those just paint remover pads really to grind all that dirt off and all that extra grime. So obviously we want to go ahead and start with this. We are going to have to check which way is up or down. I will explain that once I install it because I don't know myself. But I'm pretty sure there's a certain way it goes and can't go any other way. So I'm gonna go ahead and test fit it, make sure it's clean. I know this is clean. Just go ahead and make sure that's clean. So get a light in there and check every crevices, make sure everything's good, which it should be. And put the ITB on one of these mating surfaces, probably this one. And then go ahead and install it, have the bolts ready. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. So the craziest thing just happened. I'm checking over it, making sure there's no dirtiness in here, right? Any crumbs or anything. And this bolt catches my eye. It's obviously loose. And then I start looking further. There's no bolts on this. And it looks like it got sort of damaged. And this metal sticking out right here now doesn't seem like a lot of problem, but I'm obviously gonna have to go ahead and take this out and really go over it. I've never taken one of these apart, so we'll see how this goes. Wow, crazy. You know, these little things. Now the bolts, I'll just take them off from the other one because I don't have any of these bolts available. So let's go ahead and do that. So I just finished removing like all these bolts here and kind of just getting them out to clean them and put some Loctite on them. Now I don't have the blue Loctite. I don't know if there's a difference or not, but usually I've seen people use blue, but I have red. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this because it's all I have right now. Don't feel like going to go buy some. And honestly, this thing isn't gonna be going crazy out doing, you know, crazy riding, just neutral riding, so it should be fine. So I didn't have the proper tool to like hold it down and get some leverage on it to really take this bolt apart and to removing it. So I'm gonna leave them on. I'll retighten them a little bit more as much as I can, again, because of the leverage. Even with the power tool, just wasn't strong enough. But these did come out. I'm gonna just put them back in. I was able to reach the bolts because they were all loose. I just thought they weren't gonna be loose, but all of them are loose. So I'm able to just put them back in, but this time with red Loctite. It seemed like it didn't have any in the first place, the ones that were on there. And I just took the remaining bolts off the old diff. So let's go ahead and put everything back on this. So you were probably watching my back the whole time, but there it is, completely done. All that rust you see is just from the ghetto pole that I used. And I got this off the front of the Jeep that I had cut from the other one, from the donor. and it fit perfectly because like the jack stick fits right up to here, obviously, and then like I can't get to the rest of it. If I had a bigger diameter pole, it would work a little bit better because you want it to be kind of exact as this, you know, you don't want it to overlap and hit this, which is what mine did. So it kind of damaged the bearing a little bit, but still spins. I'll go ahead and throw some grease on there somehow and should be fine. This should hold. So just use a diameter hole that hits exactly on this because the bearing has the same type of bearing that it's running on. So just go ahead and do that so you can get a better hit. But throw some heat, obviously. I was able to use this torch and works very well to heat it up. But of course, if you can take it to a professional, take it to a professional. All they're doing is putting the bearing on, so it shouldn't cost that much. But I'm just someone who likes doing everything myself. This should work just fine. Seems to be spinning just fine, just like the other one. So now that we're done, I'm gonna go ahead and start the other one. And also the jack stand pole, the only reason it doesn't work on this one is because this is the longer side. On the shorter side, it's gonna work. So it should fit perfectly on here all the way through. So now that I remember, I don't think it's the jack stand itself, it's the height of it that kind of stops it, because the jack stand has this little ending here that stops it. So the jack stand should be perfect to fit in here and you can hammer the jack stand. But honestly, this one worked pretty well just because I had this little extra thing on the side and I was able to hammer it through there on whatever was left, and it was able to, you know, put it all together. So now that it's done, I am gonna go ahead and install this, or start on the other one, then go ahead and install this all together, and you'll see me do that once I'm done. So we just installed the first seal in here. As you can see, this is the way it goes. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this one. The back is open and the front is closed, so we're gonna put it with the front facing out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that next. Try to get a big socket to tap it lightly in if it's being kind of hard to go in. Went ahead and put some ITB here just to not get any more water in here, because I'm pretty sure this is where the water went in through in the first place when all that rusted up. So that problem shouldn't happen no more. But now that that's done, time to go ahead and put this all together. Just slide it into the gear and then bolt everything up. So finally, it's done. I went ahead and put the brake drum holder on. It's all bolted in. And the bearing, the way I did it to install it, and the axle. So I went ahead and put the axle in. Once I felt that it was kind of in, I went ahead and kind of shook it so it can go more in, because you can kind of feel that it was missing at least a little bit to go in. So just shake it once it's in a little bit, and then it should completely go in. The bearing itself is gonna stick out like halfway. And then at that point, you're gonna have to use pretty much brute force. So if you have a metal stick laying around and a heavy hammer, you're gonna put it right here and just start hammering away. And the bearing's not gonna go all the way flush, but it's, you know, you're gonna know when to stop and when it's ready to go. So I don't know if you remember from previous videos that when I used to shake this, it used to like skip. So look at this now, perfect. Still need to put oil here. So I'll do that towards the end because this is not gonna get covered. And so I'm also gonna leave this off because I don't have the brakes. I ordered the brakes from India, and it comes with the drum brakes, the little cylinder, the springs, all new, everything that you really need to have this all complete and braking very good. That's something I did not want to cheap out, was the brakes. So for all that, for 60 bucks is a great deal. but I have to wait 2 weeks. So now we wait. But everything's kind of done. I did go and check all the brake lines and everything, put some compressed air through there to make sure that everything was clean and there was no debris, water, anything like that. Next, I have to do the trunk. All I'm doing is swapping it out. So there's really, I don't think I'm gonna be making a video on that. But now that this is kind of done, guys, I really don't have anything to do until those brakes come in and the gas tank, which I said it's fairly easy. So I think everything's ready to go as far as the engine, because I've gone through everything. So one thing I need to go through with the engine is the wiring. I did cut a lot of it off, and not to mention previous people, I'm pretty confident cut a lot of things off as well. So I'm either gonna buy a new wiring, because they're only $100 on eBay. Super cheap for a new wiring where you know you won't have any gremlins and problems or anything like that. So I might just go ahead and do that to just start pretty fresh on the more mechanical stuff, since I know everything else is good. So please keep an eye out for that video. That's going to be an entertaining one. I won't be turning it on that video, but definitely probably in the next video it'll be completely turned on if the wiring gets here on time. But yeah, guys, super exciting. So now that these bearings are done and all this is done, I hope this helps as far as the steps or whatever. If you have any comments, please let me know. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe.